Test check. Testicular cancer. What the fuck? Roughly. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck? At the top of. Oh. Alright. Shit. Oh, we got a guest, did we really? Oh, we thought we did. Shit. Alright. Get ready to chat. Put your chatting shoes on. Alright. Yeah, it's almost time, but not quite time yet. So, fucking we'll start the show once we get the stragglers here. So this is not officially our broadcast. I'm just here. I'm not here. Think of me as not here. Sure. Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Alright. Shit, that's good to go. So we will be ready when... Let me do something here. Okay, stupid. We'll give it a little bit of a damn go, but we're ready whenever you are. All right, I'm gonna put my foot down. 5 more minutes and then we're going. And then we are gonna start. I'll be really pissed if Jason doesn't at least tune in, because he was talking about 3D glasses and I told him I went to a 3D movie and that I saved my glasses and he was making fun of me, so I told him he would see them soon. He thought they were paper, but they're obviously, you can tell these are not paper. These are fucking plastic, bitch. I'm ready to go. So we'll stay at 8:08. We'll go. Just want to give everybody a chance to get here, especially since the one guy we do all these stupid Bronco dedications for. I mean, that'd be kind of stupid if he wasn't there and he didn't hear it, especially when go to all this trouble to pay tribute to his Broncos. All right. Is there anything else? Oh, maybe I can go on Fagbook and I can tell some people that way. This is gonna kill our bandwidth. I like these fucking glasses. They're really comfortable. Announcements. Nah. Let's see. Never. Fuck Facebook. I'm really getting tired of their shenanigans. Alright, I haven't had a message on Facebook since November. That's kind of weird. Alright. Let's see. Are any of these fuckers on... Yeah, on chat? Of course, nope. I'll send a message anyway. Hello? Alright. Tell your daddy to tune into my show. Tell your daddy to tune into my show and to call Stalker and Tommy Lee and Cushman to have them tune in. Jesus, I don't even know. Tell your daddy to tune into my show and to call Stalker and Tommy Lee and Cushman to have them tune in also. Thank you. Alright. I don't even know which one of his kids I sent that to. They're probably fucking weirded out. Oh, it's Jordan, the youngest one. Okay. She's probably just like, I don't want to fucking talk to him. Still got 1 minute. Why do we have State Farm up here? I don't like that. Uh-oh. Okay, there's some extraneous shit up right now, so let's X out of this. Alright. Let's get out of Facebook too, because we don't want to be in there. That is a waste of our bandwidth, time, you name it. Okay, we got it's time officially, according to my clock. I've waited long enough, so we're just gonna go ahead and get going. Alright. Boom. 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 Alright. Oh, but then I don't have the mic. What? He was born in the summer of his 20th century, come home to a place he'd never been before. He left yesterday behind him, and you could say he was born again. You might say he found the key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away. On the road and hanging by a song, but the strings are already broken and he doesn't really care. He keeps changing fast and don't last for long. But the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it raining by the sky. Starlight is softer than a lullaby. Rocky Mountain High. I just started last night. Rocky Mountain High. He climbed these mountains. He saw silver clouds below. He saw everything as far as you can see. And they said that he got crazy once he tried to touch the sun. And he lost a friend, but he kept the memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forest and the streams, seeking grace in every step he takes. His sight is turned inside himself to try and understand the serenity of the cool mountain in the Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Talk to God and listen to the casual reply. Rocky Mountain High. Rocky Mountain High. Now his eye is full of wonder, but the heart is still knows some fear. More people, more sound from the land. In the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it raining fire in the sky. You don't need to be poor, man, if you never saw me go fly. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado Mountain High, I've seen it raining fire in the sky. Burn around the campfire and everybody's high. Rocky Mountain High, 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 Rocky Mountain High. I'm not gonna waste my time with saving that recording. We're gonna do another one for our we're gonna do like a 2-song intro, just like we did last week. So hold your horses. Search. All right. Come on. See here. Right? Something like that. Alright. Good. This is my dedication. It applies to fantasy football and a whole lot of other shit. I dedicate this song to me and to all of you in the same situation. After it buffers. I hope Stalker's okay. I hope he didn't OD on monsters pounding around. Jesus, that guy's an animal. He can pound some monsters. Yeah, come on. Let's see. I swear, it's almost buffered. Interesting. Check. It's our second intro karaoke song, and then it'll just be Football Mania, unadulterated Football Mania. You can still text the show, I believe. You just don't expect a response back. 206-818-5528 is the number. Enjoy this little ditty. Long December and there's reason to believe maybe this year could be better than the last. Just flipping off here. And I can't remember the last time that you said as you leaving, the days go by so fast. And it's one more day out in the canyon. Everything that you need forgiven, I wish you would. Na 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 na, yeah. All at once you look across the crowded room and see the way the light attaches to the ground. And it's one more day up in the canyon, and it's one more night in Hollywood. If you think you might come to California, think you should. Na 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 na, yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do a shout out to releasing the Penny Pro. Let me get on the floor and act like I'm too fucked up. Alright. Drove up to Hillside Manor sometime after 2 a.m. We talked a little while about the year. Yeah. I guess the winter makes you laugh a little slower, makes you talk a little lower about the things you could not show her. It's been a long December and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last. Wouldn't take much. And I can't remember all the times I tried to tell myself to hold on to these moments as they pass. That's deep. And it's one more day up in the canyons, and it's one more night in Hollywood. It's been so long since I've seen the ocean, I guess I should. Na, 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 na. Na na na, yeah. Na 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 na, yeah. Yeah. Na 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 Welcome to Football Mania. I'm Chris Leslie. Of course, this is your weekly look at the undisputed #1 fantasy football league in the world. We give you a first-hand look at fantasy football through the eyes of our league, Football Mania. Thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Leslie. We had a very, very exciting week in Football Mania, so we are going to go ahead and just get right into it and recap the games from this last week. Of course, we are all the way through week 13, so only one more week and then the playoffs will begin, and we know who the playoff teams will be in Football Mania. I'll announce that in just a second. First, we're going to go ahead and recap the matchups like we do each week, starting with my matchup. This week I had the name Discount Double Take in honor of my opponent because, of course, his quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. So I was like, Rodgers! And, you know, I don't know. I love Thursday Night Football. I'm not sure why. I think it's just because it's like a holiday. It's like one of those times where it's like, oh, we don't normally have football on this night. This makes it special. I feel good. I'm happy about it. So last Thursday, when we had a Thursday night football game, and the Seahawks were the home team. I was like, man, wouldn't that be cool if I could get as many players as possible um, from the two teams that are playing on Thursday night football. That way, this Thursday night football, which I'm already giddy about, will be even more exciting because I'll have all these players that are going to be, in the game. So what I did was is I just made some drastic roster moves to where essentially every single player that I had on the field, minus the defense, was either on the Philadelphia Eagles or the Seattle Seahawks. And yeah, that strategy didn't work out so well. I ended up losing to the Dumpster Divers by a score of 94-22. Really, there's not a whole hell of a lot to analyze in that type of a matchup. What I might do is just read you some of my players that I went with. It might give you a little chuckle. Vince Young, Ronnie Brown, Leon Washington, Ben Obamanu, Mike Williams, Riley Cooper, Brent Selleck, Magnum P.I.'s nephew, the Raiders defense, and Alex Henry, the Philadelphia kicker. All right, so those guys didn't do too much as far as helping me win. And before I move on to the next matchup, I guess there were some dissatisfied people that thought that I was like purposely trying to drop players to kind of screw up the league. No, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to bring some excitement back into my fantasy football because I'm one of those teams who's out of the playoffs. I wanted to have a fun, exciting Thursday night. So that's what I was doing. It was kind of like, Stella was trying to get her groove back. Anyway, it didn't work. So that means with that loss, I now drop to 3-10. And Brian, congratulations to Brian and the Dumpster Divers. He is all the way up to, that's right, 4-9, baby. And he's tied with Stalker. So pretty competitive between those two right now. Moving along into the league, the next matchup featured the Silver Bullets versus Team Leggins. Now, this was a really, it was a must-win for Team Leggins going into this game. He had to win or else his season was over. He didn't win, his season's over. Silver Bullets crushed Team Leggins by a score of 134-93. And, I feel sorry for Team Leggins because it's like, okay, you got 93 points. Now, where I come from, 93 points is a reason to, call in sick from work, have a parade, go on a vacation. It's like a big fucking deal to get 93 points for me. So, you're very respectable, and you just get your ass kicked for scoring 93 points. That's discouraging, to say the least. Now, as far as the matchups are concerned, there's really two big key matchups that really determine the game. First is Cam Newton. Cam Newton put together 37 fantasy points. That's huge. Especially when you compare that to Tony Romo's 15. Now that's half of the puzzle. The other half of the puzzle was the wide receiver matchups. Greg Jennings of the Green Bay Packers had 15 points, and Anquan Bolden had just 3. So that really, and then of course Wes Welker 11, and Steve Smith just 3. So between those 3 little matchup areas, that kind of tells you the whole story as far as that game and why you got the result that you did. Very frustrating for Team Legs. Congratulations, Team Legs, on a good season because, with that loss, you are still, you're 6-7, so you could still finish the season 500. And in our league, to win 6 games and to be in the playoff hunt all the way to the end like you were, it's not an easy thing to do. So I take my hat off to Team Legs. Congratulations. I'm sorry you didn't make the playoffs, but I think you should be somewhat proud of the season that you had. Now, the Silver Bullets, they are just unstoppable right now. They moved to 11-2. So, and guess what? They're my next opponent. Oh, lovely. I've been waiting. Yeah, I can't wait for that. So that was our next matchup. And then the third matchup, this was a very, very key matchup. This featured No More Yankee Me Wanky, otherwise known as Tommy Leobothel, against We've Got Bush. And, No More Yankee Me Wanky, low scoring affair, beat him by a score of 78-61, an 18-point differential. Now, in this game, kind of a similar story as far as um, what was really the big difference in the game. Honestly, kickers. Yeah, that's right. The kickers. There was a huge disparity between um, we've got Bush's kicker, Bailey of the Cowboys, and he kind of had a tough day. He had 7 points, but David Akers had 14 points, a whopping 14 points. Now, one other matchup was pretty big too, and that was Donald Brown, the running back for No More Yankee Me Wanky. He had 11 points compared to just 1 point for LeGarrette Blount. That lost the game. Now, it was pretty cool this weekend while we were keeping track of the fantasy football. We had damn near the whole league. I think we might have had 7 out of 10, which is probably a new record for Football Mania. And anyhow, I was actually feeling sorry for We've Got Bush because he was losing and he was thinking his playoff chances were vanishing, and it was sad to see. But every cloud has a silver lining. We'll get into that in just a little bit. So, with that loss, that puts We've Got Bush at 8-5, and the No More Yankee Me Wanky in first place, 12-1, and unless he loses and the Silver Bullets win, it looks like he will go into the playoffs as the number 1 seed. But barring any weird stuff this week. So, and this is Football Mania. Weird stuff can happen and does. So, moving right along. This was a very exciting game. From Under Breeze, that is formerly known as Jack Anthony, versus Linwood Silicone Pillows. Good God, this was an entertaining fantasy matchup that got decided at the very end. It went all the way down to the wire. In fact, when I went to bed on Sunday, I kind of just assumed that Fremunda Bush was going to win. Well, not the case. The winner of the Never Say Never Award this week in Football Mania is none other than Linwood Silicone Pillows, as they pull out an amazing comeback win over From Under Breeze by a score of 108-96. Now, this player has obviously been the object of a lot of attention, and he's right in the thick of it again. Now, if you look at this matchup, the matchup that decided things here, no question about it. Good old MJD. Remember him? I thought you would. Subject of that controversial trade that got vetoed. Well, I bet you Stalker's glad that trade got vetoed, because he trailed From Under Bush by 12 points going into Monday Night Football. And MJD was huge. He had 24 points on Monday Night Football, giving him a 12-point victory. And that, as you will learn shortly, has major implications all around Football Mania. So, that was that matchup, and then there was one more matchup, which featured You Shut Your Mouth When You're Talking to Me versus F You Guys, I Quit. More of the same you come to expect. 135-83. F You Guys, I Quit just gets killed. Him and my season pretty much the same. I have one more win than him, and that's just the one time we played each other. But yeah, so that is what happened this week in Football Mania. Now, to the fun part, okay? To the standings and to the playoffs. We now know, as I mentioned earlier, who the playoff teams are going to be, okay? Now, the playoff teams will be No More Yankee Me Wanky, the Silver Bullets. You shut your mouth when you're talking to me. And We've Got Bush. That's right. As I mentioned, even though We've Got Bush had a tough loss to No More Yankee Me Wanky because of Linwood Silicone Pillows' amazing come from behind victory, We've Got Bush is in the playoffs. No worries. He's in. He clinches. That's it. The playoff spots are all accounted for and spoken for because now he's at 8-5. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me is at 9-4. And Jack Anthony from under Breeze is 6-7, and as is Team Legs. So that's all she wrote for those guys. Tough loss for from under Breeze because he really was hoping to try and sneak into that last playoff spot. And all he would have had to do if he would have won, if he could have beat, if he wouldn't have lost to Stalker, he'd be right in the thick of that playoff race right now. Instead, he's gone. He's done. Tough loss for him. So congratulations to our 4 playoff teams, starting with No More Yankee Me Wanky. Congratulations. Silver Bullet. Congratulations. Shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Congratulations. And We've Got Bush. Congratulations. Now, has not been determined as far as who will play who, because that all could change between now and the end of our season because we still have a week of games left. And if you're taking a quick look at the standings here, of course, No More Yankee Me Wanky, 12-1. Silver Bullets, 11-2, so he's a game back. Now, point-wise, let's see. If Silver Bullets were to win and No More Yankee Me Wanky were to lose, Silver Bullets would take that spot because, if you'll recall, No More Yankee Me Wanky's only loss is to Silver Bullets, so there's that. Plus, he's ahead of him on points. That being said, I'm not entirely sure that that's going to happen. Now, as far as the brothers Barnhart are concerned, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me holds the 3rd spot, and We've Got Bush holds the 4th spot, and there's a game difference. But I'm just taking a quick look here at the point totals to see what that looks like, because that's determinative as if, like, say they were to end up tied, which could happen. Now, We've Got Bush has 1,114 points, and shut your mouth when you're talking to me has 1,178, so that is 24, 34, 44, 54, 64, 74, that's 54 points, okay? So, Lil Barnhart trails Big Barnhart by like 54 points. Unless he just kicks the living shit out of him when they play this coming week, it's pretty unlikely that he would catch his brother. But you never know. So I suppose the 2 brothers Barnhart do play to end the season. So it actually could happen. So keep this in the back of your mind. If Lil Barnhart just clobbers his brother by like 55 points, then he gets the 3rd spot. And now moving along to the schedule for this week, discount double check me playing against the Silver Bullets. Oh, that's going to be fun. Team Leggins is playing against No More Yankee Me Wanky, and Dumpster Divers is playing against Linwood Silicone Pillows. So that's going to be an exciting game because both those dudes are 4-9. So whoever wins that game will be, let's see, I'm a bad counter, but FUI quits in 10th. I'm in 9th. So whoever wins that game will take over sole possession of 7th place. And it's kind of like the championship for the shitty teams. So essentially like that's the Super Bowl for the crap teams, and whoever wins that will be the undisputed champion of the crap teams. Um, and then you shut your mouth, of course, when you're talking to me. That's the game of the week. No question about it. We've got Bush versus you shut your mouth when you're talking to me. That's going to be an exciting one. Now, it could have been more exciting, especially if we've got Bush would have needed to win that game in order to get in the playoffs. But both the brothers have clinched. But I don't know. Is third place really a better position than fourth? I mean, like, oh, instead of playing No More Yankee Me Wanky, I get to play Silver Bullets. I don't think you really benefit either way. So, I don't know. Um, so that is what's going on right now. Now, Tommy Leobothel, owner of No More Yankee Me Wanky, he was actually out with the rest of the league while we were all keeping track of the matchups, and unfortunately, he suffered a kind of a tough loss. Forte is out for the rest of the season, and there's not a lot of running backs left, so he's going to be trying to fill that need. But essentially, that's where we are right now in fantasy football. It doesn't do a whole hell of a lot of good to like speculate on this team versus that team or whatnot, because till we know, why worry about it? That's where things stand as far as football mania right now. We got the playoff teams figured out. There could be a little bit of variation as far as the seedings are concerned. Not real likely. So, in all likelihood, you're going to have No More Yankee Me Wanky playing against We've Got Bush and Shut Your Mouth When You're Talking to Me versus the Silver Bullets. Now, I have this on good authority. Silver Bullets is scared shitless of you shut your mouth when you're talking to me. I mean, he is fucking terrified of him. Seriously. He practically pissed himself while we were talking about it in the truck. So he is scared. So I think he really wants to somehow, well, obviously he'll beat me. That won't be a problem. But I think he's really going to be rooting for No More Yankee Me Wanky to lose, because he really wants that number one spot so he does not have to play shut your mouth when you're talking to me in the first round. I mean, he is fucking terrified of Big Barnhart. I mean, as he should be. Big Barnhart owns him. So that's exactly where things stand with the league. So, gosh, I wish hello Jason was watching, because he always gives me a hard time, because according to him, I don't do the best amount of show prep and stuff. But I thought we were pretty on point. Like, oh man, we're only like 45 minutes into the broadcast and I've already summed up the whole league. Like, I could quit right now and we've done the whole show. So, I'm not going to, but I mean, God, Jason, throw a guy a bone once in a while. All right, so I'm going to check the phone to see if we got any texts, because that's sometimes how some of our viewers and some of the people from around the league like to get in touch with us. Nothing. So, well, I'm going to probably do a karaoke song, and then we'll transition and figure out which way we're going to go for the rest of the program. So if you have any ideas as to how you would like to see that happen, feel free. Shoot me a text, 206-818-5528, or you can email or do whatever you got to do. Get in touch with me. Let your voice be heard. All right. So that was just our last Counting Crows recording that we still have in the hopper. I'm just going to take a short listen, just to see. I didn't think I sang that very well. It's kind of funny. I actually did something that I don't usually do. I picked out a couple of those karaoke songs for the intro, and I rehearsed them the night before. And I swear to God, was rehearsing both of those songs the night before, I did 10 times better on them. Of course, you gotta cut me a little bit of slack because I don't know if you're aware or not, but it's finals week, and I just finished the quarter for my paralegal course. I like to refer to it as the quarter that almost finished me, but not quite. It didn't. I finished it. So here's to me finishing that quarter. And while we wait for all this nonsense to buffer up, I got a nice little story to tell you about that. Um, so I probably got, without question, my luckiest break in terms of academics in my entire life. For sure. Okay? Let me just set the stage for you here. Okay, the paralegal course. Uh, this quarter I was taking litigation and admin. Yeah. 10 credits, okay? I started the program in the summer and I took like 15 in the summer, and that's like a shorter accelerated period. So that is like without question way harder, way crazier, and way ill-advisable. But I got like a 3.8 out of that. This quarter didn't quite have the A game, and I kind of got behind and got in a pretty deep rut in both courses. Um, the litigation course, it was the type of situation where, okay, you've got to do this, and you have to like do this well on all these assignments to have any chance, snowball's chance in hell of passing. Okay, so I did, and hopefully, cross your fingers, I should pass that course, barring any unforeseen circumstances. Okay, the admin law course, on the other hand, was a different story. That was just abysmal. Okay, same kind of thing happened. I got in a rut in that class, and I got real far behind. But I got a lot further behind in that class than I was in the litigation course. And I had been meaning to go talk to the instructor because it's an online course, so I hadn't ever even met the instructor. But of course, it was one of those things I was putting off all, like, as long as I could, because who wants to go talk to the instructor when you just have like the most worthless grade and you look like just the world's greatest flake? Anyways, I put it off, and I had to go talk. I had to be at school for some other reason today. For some, oh yeah, I talked to the other instructor. So I thought, okay, well, maybe I'll go talk to her. But I didn't have uh, the highest expectations because at the same time, I kind of like started trying to salvage the other class. I started trying to do the same thing in that class too, but I looked at my grade last night, and it was after I'd already took the final, so there's no opportunity to get any more better of a grade. I was at a 50%. Ugh, 50%. I know you know how bad that is. A passing grade is like a 2.0, and a 50% is so far from a 2.0, it's not even funny. Anyways, I went in there to talk to the professor, and I never met her before. And I was gonna see if maybe I could get an incomplete and maybe finish some of that work. She's like, I don't like to do that, blah blah blah, and it was just looking like I was gonna get a no. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, she just decides, well, I'll give you a 2.0. Seriously, I know I shouldn't be talking about this, but talk about your luckiest break ever. From a 50% to a 2.0. Oh man, Mr. I have shitty luck just got the break of the century. What a good way to end the year, seriously, because as it stands now, I was looking at pretty good possibility of failing both those courses, and now I'm going to get those courses, and that means I only got 2 more courses that I need to take. So if I can pull my head out of my ass and pass the 2 courses next in this coming winter quarter, I'll be done with that certificate. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I forgot how I got into that story, but I thought that was a cool story. All right, I digress. So yeah, so anyways, but I've had a lot of work to do. That was the point I was trying to get. Now it's all done.
A long December and there's reason.
Enough. Yeah, I've done better on that. Anyways, yeah, so I'm exhausted. Like seriously, I had a huge assignment that I had to finish for litigation. Spent like pretty much all weekend on that, and like it was a team assignment, but because was kind of proving myself to be such a flake, I didn't last few assignments. I didn't get assigned a team member, which I wanted it that way anyways, because I don't like to like worry that oh fuck I'm gonna fucking have someone else getting all worried because I'm not handling my responsibilities. So, but anyways, I had to do that whole assignment myself, and then did the extra credit last night. So, sleep has been a very rare and seldomly experienced commodity. So, but I have one appointment tomorrow, and then after that, other than my University of Phoenix crap, I'll have time to catch up on some sleep, hopefully. Alright. God damn. I'm almost exhausted from all that talking. Okay. See if I change the playlist. Nope. Alright. Let's see. Before we go looking for a karaoke song, I'm gonna go on Facebook and see if anyone's on there. Anyone of note. We can get a little dialogue going. Ooh, god damn, that almost dislodged my ovary. Okay. Yeah. People don't even chat with me on here because I'm gonna read some of these Facebook posts. Let's see. Mark Gilman. Mother Nature is such a tease. Snow to get all of our students riled up. He's a broadcaster for Western Oregon University down in Oregon. Good guy. Tina Stafford. It's really starting to feel like Monday. Come 5 days a week. Ugh, burr, and it's freezing. I'm cold. Down to the bone. I think we all are. Aaron Wakamatsu. Via Cody Phelps. I don't really understand what the fuck that means. Boise, SDSU, SMU, UCF, and Houston expected to join Big East. Will this speed up the Mountain West Conference and Conference USA officially merging? Question mark. Don't know. Don't care. Sources. Boise State. 4 others going to join the Big East. Interesting. And Aaron Wakamatsu. Tom Delgado. I like the 16-team playoff idea now, if only the BCS will die. Brian Miller. I was at San Diego SDSU when the WAC expanded to 16 teams. I thought that was a terrible mistake, and it proved to be just that. I don't know why those teams would want to join the Big East instead of working with the NCAA to get automatic qualifier status for the Mountain West Conference. And if adding a Western Division to the Big East is a bad idea, merging the Mountain West with the Conference USA is downright insane. Definitely some valid points. I want to click on this guy. Oh yeah, he's the guy that's the admission guru for Willamette College of Law. I'd probably get arrested if I sent him a message on Facebook. Probably prohibited from contacting him. I never had an issue with him, but let's just say there's a lot of people from Willamette I shouldn't contact. I'm kind of like a one of them people. Top that, LOL. Tommy Lee of Bothell. It shows like fire going up to the chimney from Christmas lights. That's pretty cool. But I got one thing to say about that. Um, why in the Tommy Lee Bothell saying LOL is really disappointing. Okay, LOL is one of the most annoying, just unmanliest phrases ever. It's not even unmanly. It's just undignified. I hate that phrase. LOL. LOL. And for someone of your status, Tommy Lee Bothell, to say LOL, come on, you're better than that. You kind of let me down tonight. Now, who the fuck am I going to look up to? All right. Um, oh, well, I'm not going to put a message about it because I don't have enough thought power. All right. Now, let's see. Aaron Wakamatsu is very active on Facebook. Tom Cushman, what if? I don't understand. Maybe I need to be stoned to understand that. Chad's daughter and the love of We've Got Bush's life, Joe Lissa. I just love hearing about how everyone else is better than me. Don't really know where that's coming from. Don't want to even get into it. Okay, and then my mom's friend. It pains me to think of all the people out in the cold this morning. It seems to be the first thing I think of every morning. She's a really nice gal. Has a big heart. Hoser Haywood. Probably, without question, my most, I would say, demented. Not demented, that's not a good word, but what's the word? Degenerate? No, he's a good guy. He's just like into some crazy shit, let's just say. Well, I did my good deed for the year. I was walking to the store and saw an elderly gentleman broke down with his car overheating. I told him not to worry about it, and I would go to get him some water. I walked home, got the water, and walked back only to find out that he cracked his hose. Walked back home, got some channel locks and some tape, taped up the hose, put some water in his van, and sent him, let's see, and sent him on his way, telling him to stop once or twice at a gas station to top it off to make sure it is still holding until he could get home and have a new hose put on it. Feels good to know someone. Feels good to help someone for no other reason than the fact that they needed help. Who knows? May even put me in the Christmas spirit. Smiles. That's nice. Steve's a good guy. Just because he's like into bondage and all that shit, that's his own thing. Anyways, he's a cool guy. He's helped me out a lot. Like when I lived down in Vegas, if I ever needed help with anything, he was fucking right there. He's a good guy, man. I wish he lived up here. He's one of those people that would come to your aid anytime. Let's see. Softy Mahler. The word penetrate needs to be a bigger part of UW's offense. Okay, well, I kind of know, I think I have an idea what he's getting to there. I'd like to see them take it to the rack more. Wow, Aaron Wakamatsu is quite prolific on here. What does this say? Aaron Wakamatsu. Locals here said Cincinnati has the original on Reading Road. Best part is Fred Meyer in Oregon has the ice. I don't fucking have any idea what the hell he's talking about. Sorry, buddy. I thought you were studying for the bar anyways. Colleen Anderson. Mr. Heated Seats creator, man, I could just kiss you today. Thank you for keeping my backside so nice and warm. Well, see, there's someone that's thankful. Alright. Aaron Wakamatsu. Again. Okay. He's really, he's like practically Geraldo of Facebook. Eric J. Nisenson, which he's the president of the Las Vegas Seahawkers, is in a relationship with Lori Trueworthy Bush. All right, good job, Eric. Who is she? Is there any way we can stalk her and find out? Okay. Eric's got a woman. Nice. Nice. Is she from Vegas, I wonder? Let's see. Southern Utah University, Basic High School, 1990. Clark County School District. So he's probably banging a teacher. It's not a bad way to go. Kept me, a nice life of luxury for about a year. Let's see. All right, who's up next? Aaron Wakamatsu, he is setting a Guinness World Record for Facebook posts. Tina, I love this, ha ha ha. Redneck Christmas Sleigh. And it shows a trailer. Then it shows a V-dub that is suspended, held up by like cables against trees. It's got the reindeer. Pretty cool. Aaron, peppermint mocha from McDonald's. Actually quite tasty. Softy Muller. Who's here in NYC? Mizzou, Villanova. On floor now. Dogs at 9:30 tonight. I wonder how they did. And then Mike. No, that's a reply to Softy. Okay. Then there's good old yours truly. Just doing a little plug for the Football Mania. Had a little insomnia broadcast last night. Couldn't sleep after he finished up the homework, so I was like, fuck it, might as well broadcast. Then there's several of those kind of things for me. Softy, wow, how about that move by Ross? Then Mary Jane Hernandez. I have no idea who that is. Just got done watching Bridesmaid. It was a good and funny movie. Thumbs up. Yeah, right. Clear mind. Yeah, true dat. Remember when they all had the shits? Ha ha ha. Haven't seen the movie. Evidently. They all got the shits. Nicole Jones. I didn't even know these people. So true, honey bunny. I don't know what that was about. Christy Thomas wrote, life is so much funnier when you have a dirty mind. Okay. And Softy Muller, watching the Husky team and wondering, who's the go-to guy? Ross, Wilcox? Who? Taking it they didn't perform that well. Melanie White, go Panthers. I didn't realize. Are the Black Panthers making a comeback? Softy Muller, why is Marquette wearing UNC shoes? I don't know. Hoser Haywood and 6 others changed their profile pictures. Softy Muller's raining threes in NYC. Softy Muller feels like a Wednesday night at the Pac-12 tourney here at MSG. Patty Murray, my friends Maria Cantwell and Elizabeth Warner having a reception on Friday, Seattle at 5 p.m. Please join me in supporting them by clicking RSVP. Allegra TV Portland. Si cumpliste años recientemente, mando tu foto a cumple allegratv.com. Si conoces a alguien que cumplió años con tu nombre y ciudad para publicarla en nuestra próxima edición Allegra TV Magazine y donde la estrella eres tú. I'm guessing that has something to do with inviting people to help them celebrate their birthday. Allegra TV, that's a Spanish television station. I met the husband and wife that are pretty instrumental in that station. They're real cool. I met them at some MMA fights. Nick Barnhard, rip Uncle Jim, great man. Ustream. Coming up, LE Web kicks off tonight at midnight PST. Get ready for 3 days. Panels with entrepreneurs, leaders, investors, bloggers, and journalists. Sounds like a hoot. UFC. We're going back in the archives here. UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship TUF 15. Fuck. Coaches announced. Alright, I gotta take a break. Make sure I get the contraband out of here. Be right back. There's you probably already know this by now, but There's absolutely no eating or drinking allowed anywhere other than the kitchen and the dining room. So, and if I was to be caught violating that rule with the coffee cup, that would be punishment of eviction and castration. I'm not sure in which order, so did not want to endure that fate. Okay, so I'm sick of reading Facebook posts. Is there anyone of my people I can chat with on here? No, no. We'll give it a shot. Let's see. Just a couple of old buddies I wouldn't mind saying hello to. Okay. Okay, let's see. But, yeah. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, why did I do that? These people are like so persistent about chatting and shit, and I'm so slow. Alright. Here comes mommy. Okay. God, when I hear those like alerts and shit, it's like jolts me like the sound of a phone ringing. I think I got like fucking PTSD. Seriously. Um. All right. Karaoke. Do I got any idea of what I might potentially want to sing for a karaoke song? Any requests? I'm almost thinking that we're not getting text anymore either. Uh, oh, God, that fucking noise scares the shit out of me. I can't handle that shit anymore. Ah, shit. I know there's probably a way I can silence it. Here it is. No, you know. I hate typing, just so you know. Alright. Back to the fucking karaoke, and then I'm gonna get startled again the next time I hear one of those beeps. Browse. Yeah. God damn it. I was very disappointed to learn that, fuck it, let's butcher some Beatles songs. I don't revere the Beatles anyway, so if I butcher them, I'm not even gonna feel the slightest bit upset. I was like thinking about Stevie Wonder songs today. I was like, shit, I like thought of like 3 of them. I just wanted to sing right off the top of my head. And then, to my dismay, they don't even have any on this site. That's very upsetting. Okay. So, the first Beatles song we're going to butcher is Hard Day's Night. I never sing Beatles songs. I'm not even a fan of the Beatles. I like some of the people in the Beatles, but I don't like get all moist over the Beatles like everyone else does. I don't know why. Sorry. Fuck. Let's check the status of this broadcast. Ooh.